No one else could have played that role. Imagine The Godfather without Brando as Vito Corleone, or Raiders without Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones, or Iron Man without Robert Downey Jr., Silence of the Lambs without Anthony Hopkins' Hannibal Lecter. It's hard to do, isn't it? Because of the nature of film and television as compared to theater, it is easy, expected even, to lock in a particular actor or personality to certain iconic roles. Of course, they became iconic because of the actor's performance in the role, making it famous. It's a causal loop, but they also become locked in because they are the only person to play the role. Consider the role of Hamlet. You would be hard-pressed to find theater majors who could name a famous actor associated with that role in the way RDJ is associated with Tony Stark. Part of the reason for that is time. Hamlet was first performed in the 1500s, almost 600 years ago. It has been performed more than yearly ever since. Over that history, certain actors have made the role theirs and created a sensation in their time. But no actor ever thought, quote, well, Alec Guinness killed it. I guess I'll never take a shot because he perfected it, unquote. Indeed, actors across the centuries take iconic performances as a challenge. Quote, can I do it better? Unquote, they think. And it turns out they could. They were inspired to make the attempt, not discouraged. Imagine that attitude in today's film era. Anthony Hopkins' turn as Hannibal Lecter, iconic as it was the second version of the character. Brian Cox did it first in a film called Manhunter, directed by Michael Mann. Mads Mikkelsen would go on to do a different version of it in a long-form TV show. Two other actors portrayed younger versions of the character, but none has the iconic status of Hopkins' turn. That is partly due to his impressive performance, which was truly chilling and memorable. It is also the nature of the business. Hamlet is a standardized text, as are all plays performed live. The words never change, the casts and directors do. But film is put to celluloid once, never to be remade, redone, retried. Ever. It is not really economically feasible to do Silence of the Lambs every year. Being discouraged makes a certain kind of sense. So we have, as a culture and especially as artists, fallen into the completely false attitude of, because it is done once and memorably, no one else can do it as well or better. It's futile to even try. To consider trying is a fool's errand. My acting students over the years have a far easier time tackling a well-known and renowned play than a well-known and renowned cinematic scene. Because of the intimidation factor, I now primarily assign famous film scenes with famous characters done by iconic actors in order to force people to confront the fallacious attitude that it can't or shouldn't be attempted. Remember, none of the listed characters above, excepting Brando as Vito Corleone, were set in stone. There was a process leading to their casting. The frontrunner for Tony Stark was Tom Cruise. If you're honest and know Tom's work, he would have made an excellent Tony Stark. If you have any doubts, watch not his heroic films like Top Gun or Top Gun Maverick or the Mission Impossible films. Watch Magnolia. He definitely could have conveyed the dichotomy of Stark's character. Confidence driven by massive flaws is something Cruise does well, just differently than RDJ. Did you know Tom Selleck was originally cast as Indiana Jones? He lost the role because CBS would not let him temporarily out of his Magnum PI contract to shoot Raiders. Harrison Ford filled in at the last minute. Only afterward do people say Ford was the only one who could fill those shoes. But Selleck would have been great. The Harry Potter franchise had to recast a pivotal role after the second film because the man playing Albus Dumbledore, Richard Harris, died suddenly. He was replaced by Michael Gambon for the rest of the series. Jude Law played the character as a younger man in the Fantastic Beasts franchise. All excellent performances, but interestingly, none iconic. Because of the circumstances, perhaps, no actor was allowed to stick in the audience's mind. Because of the constant shifting of the actors, the money men also did not lock in to a single actor. Personally, I think the best actor for the role would have been James Cromwell, but he is an American actor. One of the stipulations made by J.K. Rowling was only British actors would be hired. In our franchise heavy cinematic market, actors are aging out of some of these long running characters, and Hollywood is beside itself in worry because they are so concerned with copying the success of the former actors. They should instead be looking for the right actors, actors appropriate for the world now. Look how well the Bond franchise has done, with many actors taking the role over the decades. So, in reality, many other actors could have played Vito or Michael Corleone, and done so stunningly. Many other actors could have played Tony Stark, or Natasha Romanoff, or Steve Rogers, or Ethan Hunt. Anyone you love in your films could have been played by other actors. Reading that might seem academically obvious, but is it emotionally obvious? Did you have a knee jerk response feeling, no, only RDJ could play Tony Stark? It's a deep rooted artistic prejudice and holds a lot of actors back.